Welcome to World of Marketing Podcast, a Foster Web Marketing production. Here's your host, Tom Foster.
Hey everybody, Tom Foster in the World of Marketing, and I have got a fantastic guest today, Jessica. Well, I knew Jessica when she was Jessica Gleason. Now she's Jessica, I hope I don't butcher it, Taveras.
You got it.
I did on the first one. My brother,
Yes.
Dad blows it every time, doesn't he? Like
Yeah.
make some
Yeah.
other word up. It's not
Lots
that
of
hard.
R's and extra E's in there.
That's Chad, but that's not me. Anyway, so everybody, Jessica is just a fantastic person. And the reason why I wanted to have her on this podcast, one, she's a great friend. And she worked for, up until very recently, for one of my great friends, Dr. Peter Wishnie, who's a podiatrist in Piscataway, New Jersey. And he just recently sold his practice, and he's living the dream. So those of you that want to live this dream, which we all do, of working hard and getting good people, and you know, as an owner, and then somebody comes along and says, I'm going to give you a big bucket of money for your business. That's exactly what happened to Peter. But he wouldn't have been able to do that without Jessica.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll take some of the credit.
Well, you get a lot of the credit. You are the ACE marketing director. And so that's kind of like the premise of this whole podcast, is like how to get it, if you're a marketing director listening to this, or you're an attorney or a doctor listening to this, it's either how do you become a ACE marketing director, or how do you get one like Jessica? And just to, you know, I'm going to tell you that Jessica now works for me. So that's a wonderful thing. She's got her Foster Web Marketing t-shirt on, you know.
Yeah. Zoom in a little.
There you go. You gotta love it. And Jessica, I've known Jessica for 13, 14 years now. Mm-hmm. When you were right out of college.
Yeah. And
went to work for Dr. Wishnie. And that's also the same time that he became a client. So you started with Dr. Wishnie right when he got a FWM website and DSS. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I want to talk about is you came into it. You're like, what is this?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your experience. You're out of college. What did you get a marketing degree, or what was your degree?
I did. Yeah. So I started off as an elementary education major, and then switched to marketing, which is interesting now that I'm going to be coaching and teaching, you know, other people how to do it. So it kind of all came together. But yeah, I had a marketing degree, and I was fresh out of college, met Dr. Wishnie, and he was like, all right, great, here, go take it and run. And so that's what I did. He had just switched from Office Site to Foster Web. And he was like, here you go. This is your baby. Do something with it and make it awesome. And so that's what we did. We utilized DSS and really got the website going, which became my baby. And I take a lot of pride in my website, or the Family Foot and Ankle Specialist website. And then I got to do all the other stuff with marketing. So, you know, it was a really great opportunity for me at the time. It was a lot. And I was like, you know, what does a podiatry office do with marketing? Like, how is this going to work? And that's what I always tell people. You know, so many people don't understand why, like, a small business, like a podiatrist, like a lawyer, or any other small business would really need a marketing person. But, you know, in order to accomplish all the things you want to do and still be able to run your business, you need someone who's really going to do it and do it well, implement all the ideas. You know, you meet a lot of business people that have all these ideas, but no way to get it all done. So that's where Dr. Wishnie left me, and it was great.
And we cannot forget, of course, Rem Jackson, who played a big part in all of this, and that's provided true. Kind of, is it too much to say that he provided the blueprint really for?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Yes.
The great Rem Jackson, who is a marketing maestro, mm-hmm. And got an award for it.
I did. Marketer of the
Marketer
decade,
of the galaxy or
century.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, but the 4 pillars of marketing, and you are responsible for all of that. What are
Right.
the 4 pillars of marketing again?
Internal, external, shoe leather, and internet.
Yep.
Mhm.
So let's
Marketing
talk.
Bible.
Yeah, right. Good job.
Uh-huh.
And so, that's kind of like our marketing, our growth, Foster Web growth chart, marketing growth chart in a different way, said in a different way, the 4 pillars. But can you explain the 4 pillars to everybody for us?
Sure. So you have internal, which is marketing to your list. It's doing stuff in your own office, whether that's going to be running, little contests in the office or, having events in the office. Then you have external, which is going out to running events, like whether it's a 5K or, sponsoring like any kind of event going on in the community, a little league team or anything like that. Internet, of course, your website, social media, everything on the web. And then external would be like advertisements and things like that.
Yeah. And so when you came, I'm sorry, I was just spaced out. I was thinking about something. I was thinking about something to go to, but so when you came on, was any of that happening?
I mean, yeah, Dr. Wishnie's always been a marketer at heart. So he had the outline there. But like any other business person, it was just so much to get done. He had all these great big ideas, but he needed someone to actually do it. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was thinking, is that a lot of people, and by the way, so we're talking about a podiatrist practice, but these marketing techniques or the things that we're going to be talking about apply to any business. It doesn't matter. So don't be like, oh, this is a podiatrist and it doesn't work for me. It does. I mean, like the 4 pillars, that's just another great way to look at it.
Yeah.
And so I know that Peter, Dr. Wishnie, is a very successful, very smart, he pushes, right?
He's regimented and numbers driven.
Disciplined.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And but he's also the doctor,
right?
And he's seeing patients, and the whole thing is that he should be in seeing patients all day long, and not, even though he might want to, but he really needs to be seeing the patients. That's what he's supposed to do. That's his job. So he can't really be out writing copy for emails to go out, or going
organizing a blood drive. Yeah, that's not
right. That's so you need somebody. So that's the message here, everybody, is that you need a marketing director, somebody that is 100% focused on marketing, and that's what Jessica did for so long and so well, that Peter was able to exit in such a grand way. So why don't you tell us, in those 4 pillars, what was your favorite part of it? Like, what was what did you like to do the most?
Sure. So I think what I love the most has led me here with Foster, because the internet side of things was always my most favorite part. I'm a people person, so I did love to go out and, do stuff in the community and go visit doctors and have those connections. But I really like digging down into the website. I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole and make so much happen, just taking like a list of names, a list of email addresses, and turning that into leads and turning that into patients or customers or clients. It's just fun, I think, and taking the website. So I would kind of lay out my day, my week in different ways. So Fridays was always my internet day, like my big internet day. So I would sit there and dissect the website. I've worked with Foster for like 13 years since I started. And I remember, calling you guys and being like, help, the bounce rate's up. What's happening? And, you guys have audited the website for me before and been like, this is what you need to improve. And, certain things I remember sitting there and renaming pictures for like weeks, because we put them up without the alt tags,
Right.
But I mean, making those little changes makes such a big difference. So to make those little changes and then see your Google Analytics and see your bounce rate go down or see, your web visitors go up, it's like, it's just fun. So that was always my
immediate
favorite.
gratification.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So, and like you said, in college, you learn marketing, but you don't necessarily learn the nitty gritty, or, things change quickly in marketing, especially with like the website and internet marketing. So having having you guys and going to the conferences and being able to like learn, SEO and what it means and links and backlinks. And, I've learned so much more hands-on with you guys and with REM, than I paid tons of money for college, but yeah, so that's that. Thanks, Rem. I could have gone to the College of Rem.
Right. I know exactly. That's true. I mean, I did not go to college myself. I just learned this the hard way,
There you go.
But, and what Jessica's talking, Rem Jackson of Top Practices, if anybody's interested in understanding this curriculum or what Rem preaches, it's toppractices.com. You can go find more information. If you're a podiatrist, if you're a lawyer, the place to go is Great Legal Marketing. And that's the lawyer side. If you're interested in getting some help with how to run your business better and market better, Great Legal Marketing is a way to go. And of course, we can help you too. But so Jessica, let's talk about some like main events. Like if you could go back and think about, 13 years, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
But if there was some certain events that happened that were like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
You got any of those?
So I would say something that we struggled with, and the way marketing is it all comes together. So like you can't have three pillars without the fourth. I mean, you can, but they all tie together, So if you're doing an event, like let's say you're sponsoring a 5K or attending a blood drive, your main goal is to get contact information, right? So then you could take that contact information and then send them emails and follow up with them like that. It all comes together. I think your content, you can use for, one pages out at events. And so it all kind of flows together. But I think that was a hard concept for me to understand in the beginning, fresh out of college with this grandiose marketing, degree that really, we spent a lot of time looking at case studies and things, but you coming out and organizing events. And I was like, okay, so we host like a blood drive, or we've done like a free ice cream day, which was one of our biggest hits and the easiest thing to pull off. Just having like an ice cream truck come to the office and going out into the community with flyers and information and sending out emails and inviting people who, they might not have turned into patients or customers or clients, but it got our name out there. They realized who we were. I got their contact information. Like, let me send you the invite. So organizing events like that, at first was hard for me to conceptualize how it all came together. But as we started to do it, you realize how it's part of the bigger plan. We would go out to doctors and visit them and bring them lunches. And so we were constantly buying lunches from like a specific deli. That's a deli we all went to for lunch too. It's just like a local catering place. Then when we had events, I was able to go to them and be like, hey, will you guys sponsor our lunch? We've spent so much money, being a customer to them, that they were like, yeah, we'll throw you a free spread for your event. So I think learning how that all comes together was cool, because then it kind of became like a bigger thing, and they wanted to sponsor it. We would have sponsorships in the emails. And so you kind of learn how that really takes events. So I would say doing events at our office was huge, because we got people to come to the office. We got people to come in, look around. Some really great events we did was a good deed contest. So the mayor of our town was a patient, which made it nice, but we would have a good deed contest, and we sent out, a lot of emails, a lot of social media posts about, kids writing a good deed that they did for the year. Something nice, whether it was, donate a free turkey on Thanksgiving, whether it was, tutor a student next door, whatever it was, these kids wrote an essay about it. So we would get all these, list all these essays of people who wrote about a good deed they did. So then we turned it into like a big event. We had the mayor come. We invited all their families. We invited news outlets to come to the office. And again, we used our connection with the free food and got it sponsored with lunches. And we could set up the office in a way that they were coming there. They got to see us. They got to meet us. They got to feel our vibe, the FFA vibe, look around the office. And so, just little things like that have created so much news, so much content for the website. We've gotten so much contact information from everybody who came. So, something like that meets all 4 pillars if you do it right. So
when you say when you do it right, that sounds great. I mean, so how would you connect? Like, what did you do on the website to help support that effort? Like what?
Yeah, we would write tons of content about it. We would create videos about it. I mean, we took pictures at the event, pictures with Dr. Wishnie and the mayor arm in arm. So that shows that he's an authority, because here he is, shoulder to shoulder with the mayor, shaking hands and cutting ribbons. It gave us a lot of really great content to use. It got our name out into newspapers.
And good links back.
So that's what I was going to.
Yeah.
Backlinks is something I struggled with. And I think I harassed you guys about early on a lot. Like, how are we getting these community backlinks? And you're like, well, you have to do things. And I was like, what do I do? And so once we figured out this niche and it clicked, I was like, oh, so we host events, these local, like the blood drive companies that came would link to us. Or if I went to a local church to tell them we're doing a good deed contest, you have some kids that want to enter, they would put a link for us on their website, like, hey, Family Foot and Ankle Specialist is hosting this contest. And it was like a sponsor, we would give them a donation for school, and a trophy. We made it all so fancy and fun. So those backlinks, it all just kind of came together. We got backlinks, we got news, we got tons of content. And then it looked good. It's a good way to give back into the community and something nice to do. So.
Yeah. And you and I have you've been here, what, a week, 2 weeks?
A week.
And we've already been on a bunch of calls together, and this is exactly what we've been talking about when we've been coaching our clients is doing things in the community. Yeah. Okay, great. Of course, you want to add content that's optimized, locally optimized for your practice areas or, what you do, and then supporting content for that. That is like baseline. You got to do that stuff.
Right.
But beyond that, once you've done that, or as you're doing that, the stuff that makes the big difference is what you're talking about, is the excitement, is the community. Mm-hmm. People want to buy from people they like. That's what they do. And so you want to create an environment, and especially these days, mm-hmm. Post pandemic, or I guess I could say that, people got to get together, and people want to get together for the most part. And so doing any kind of event, what did you say, a blood drive? Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. What a hack that you got the mayor in there, and think about the link juice from that. I mean, the news people are going to be all over that.
Right.
And you and I talk about that all the time, about how, you want to make sure that your local reporters or news people know what you're up to, mm-hmm. So they can talk about it.
Yeah. Like we said, you're helping them do their job. If you're giving them news, you're here, I did this, or I'm doing this. Do you want to come out and see? The mayor's going to be there. They're like, oh yeah, cool. We don't have to go search for news. You're literally handing it to us. So then as you continue, they're going to keep looking at you like, what else you got going on? Because you're an easy news source for them.
And that works whether you're a doctor or lawyer or candlestick maker, you going to the local news and say, here's a story for you. When they're sitting there, that's their job all day long. Now, I'm not saying it works every time,
right?
And it also depends upon the story. Is it a good story? Is it a good event? Is it a good thing that you're doing? But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a good thing and it's going to be great. Like I know that a lot of lawyers do a bike helmet thing, right? Mm-hmm. They do. Hold on a second. I've got some cacophony going on here. But anyway, they'll do like a bike helmet giveaway or give away a bike to a kid, anything like that. And that creates great news. People love talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like 3 top things that people can do. So we already said events, right?
Yes. Creating your own news, I think.
Right. Creating your own news.
Yeah.
Like I guess the point is that you don't want to stop after you've conquered Google, and SEO, or if you think you have.
Right.
Don't be so hyper focused on keyword page 1. I mean, you and I had these conversations over the years where you're like, we're on page 2 for these keywords or whatever, but you would see that you would actually get better patients, more patients, and the kind that you want.
Yes.
By creating these events and bringing people in that get to know you, you get to know them, right?
Yeah.
So personalizing, putting yourself out there. So, you want to create the event, but you also want to create the social media buzz to the event. You want to reach out to your local reporters.
Yep. And I think an even like more niche-y way to do these events is to relate it back to your business. So a cool event that we did every year would be, as a podiatrist, we would do a laser toenail fungus special, like in the spring. And so we would offer the laser and the Cariflex at like a discount. And again, we'd have like a sweet spread and, we would invite people in, we would sign them up. Now it's not as easy as just inviting people. It's a series, so you have to send emails, you have to have sign up sheets, you have to confirm with these people. So it takes a little work, but we would get like 10 people who would come in. We would have like host a dinner, like a wine night. So people were just coming in to hang anyways, all the staff would be there to be this whole big buzz, balloons, you got to make it something. It can't just be like, come in and there's other patients walking around. Like it has to be an event, and offer the laser at a discounted price. So people would come in, our spring special, get ready for summer. And so people are coming in, they're looking around their office. I can't tell you how many people who came with their friend ended up like making an appointment or asking if we could stay and do laser on them. They didn't have an appointment, but tying it back and just being able to really show your personality and have fun with it is even better. So I think, blood drives and free ice cream events and free treatment day are all great, but, really relating it back to the type of patient you want. So you want more toenail fungus people, hold an event like this so that people know this is what you do. And it becomes this whole news thing and this whole big event. And it just really, like you said, gets you the patients you want.
Well, I can tell you that I live in Virginia and Peter is my doctor, even though he's in New Jersey. You guys, I went up there to get because I had plantar fasciitis years ago and went up there. We combined that, my visit to Peter Wishnie with the video shoot where we did a big video shoot and did a lot of questions and did kind of a great tour of the office and put a lot of videos together. And he fixed me, by the way. I've not had any heel pain since that day. That man is a miracle worker. And so, but yeah, you're right. I mean, like I'm saying that, one, because Peter's so great. But you're right. I mean, like I went in there and I felt
the atmosphere,
what a nice
vibe. You felt the atmosphere?
Yeah, the atmosphere. It was a very nice, comfortable atmosphere. I felt very, welcomed. I felt very comfortable there. Even though I just met everybody, I knew you,
Right.
but everybody else on the staff, I just kind of met, and you and I were just like, "Hey, what's up?" But it was great, and so this is something that everybody should do, whether you're not okay, podiatrist. You got the formula already, but if you're a lawyer, there's things that you can do in your law firm. I mean, like, host events.
Like a lot of the lawyers are doing scholarships. So
Yeah.
instead of just throwing out a check, make it a big event with, like we said, with trophies and balloons, and invite families there and make it like a ceremony. You don't just like throw a check or, and create like a buzz about it. Create your own press releases, your own stories, videos about it. Make it your own like big event. It might feel small, but if you make it big, it'll become big, and then it just grows every year.
Yeah, that is great advice. And so, okay, well, this is the kind of stuff that Jessica's going to be talking to people about in the coaching program. And so I'm really happy, because here's what happened. Peter calls me up. He says, "Guess what? I'm selling my practice." And I'm like, and he's like, "But what are we going to do with Jessica?" And I'm like, "Well, I will definitely take her." And I did. And, Jessica comes with 13 years of experience working at a practice, very successfully, obviously, grew it and, to be sold, and knows how to do marketing, knows how to connect the external marketing and the shoe leather marketing, the stuff that you're doing on the street. Yeah. And then connecting that to the website, and knows also how to do SEO and how to optimize pages and how to do email campaigns and all that stuff in DSS. She's a DSS pro.
Yes.
So I'm so happy to have her on the coaching team, working with Matt Tate and me to help clients.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we're super happy to have you. Jersey girl.
Yes.
That's
true and true.
True and true. That's for sure. I've seen it. I've heard. It's great.
I was a little scared when he came to the office, but he brought his bodyguard.
That's right. I didn't get to AC yet.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I need a tour.
Yeah, it's an interesting place.
Well, Jessica, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you so much for for helping my friend Peter, live his dream. Because it would not have happened without you. Certainly not in the way it did. You did a fantastic job for him, and I'm looking. Obviously, we want to help our clients as well. So anybody that's interested in getting involved in the coaching program, we got it here at Foster Web Marketing. Let us know, and we'll get you in, and you can chat with Jessica.
Happy to help you guys.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been great. Jessica, thank you so much. And we will see you next week on the next World of Marketing. Adios. Have a great weekend, everybody. All right, hang tight.